Hey Meeple people, and on today's vlog, we are playing Doomlings, a delightful card game for the end of the world. Hello Meeple people, and hello Sarah.
Hi.
So Sarah, what are we playing today on our vlog?
Today we are playing Doomlings, which is a game for 2 to 6 players. As far as I know, it doesn't have an established publisher yet, but it will be coming to Kickstarter soon. Would you like to know how to play?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Doomlings is a card game in which we are going to start with the birth of life, which has just occurred, and we are going to go all the way through sort of like an apocalyptic end of world event. So what's going to happen is we are going to have this card right here, which is going to govern our hand limit.
Our gene pool.
Exactly. So this is our gene, no, this is the counter for our gene pool. And what we are going to be able to do is we are going to be able to have cards in hand based on this number right here. So we start with 5, I get to have 5 cards in hand. At the end of my turn, I'll draw back up or discard down to 5. But there are cards I can play that will basically like let me affect my gene pool so that it will be bigger, so that I can hold more cards in hand. The game is really simple. On your turn, you select a card from your hand to play, and you play it to your traits area. So for example, I could play impatience, and I could add impatience to my traits. I am going to immediately get to draw 3 cards when I do that, and then at the end of the game, if I still have impatience in my traits area, I'll get 1 point. So that would be my turn. I would play this card here, and then I would stabilize, which means that I would draw up or discard down until I was at the limit of my gene pool. And that's basically the game. There are different colors of cards and they do different things. They'll give you different abilities or actions or that kind of thing. And we will just play, now that I've shown Nick all of my my cards to start with, we'll just play cards until we get to that apocalyptic event. And the way that that's going to work is that at the end of each round, we are going to reveal a new card from this deck here. And shuffled into every 3 cards is a
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe. Thank you, Nick. And the catastrophe is going to change up the rules of play kind of for the next maybe turn or few turns, depending on when you draw that next catastrophe card. And eventually, we are going to run into our 3rd catastrophe. That will be our final world-ending catastrophe, and the game will end at the end of that round.
Well, that would end immediately once that catastrophe.
Excuse me, end immediately. So, yeah, let's give it a try.
All right, so we'll come back midway through and talk to you guys a little bit more about Doomlings, but it's a really cute, fun card-based game.
Yeah, it is really cute. Whoops.
All right.
Oh, I did want to point out too. So these are the rules, and on the very first page of the rules, it says that their advice for now is not to worry about playing the best card. It's just to pick something cute, try some things, and trust that the cards will tell you what to do. Thankfully, this is only a game. The future of humanity doesn't depend on playing the perfect hand. So take a deep breath, enjoy yourself, and have some fun. That's what we're here for, right? And I really, really like that little, I don't know.
Blurb.
That little blurb, that little caveat kind of thing. I think sometimes in the hobby we can get kind of hung up on, you know, playing the perfect strategy or, you know, achieving the win or that kind of thing. And I just thought that this was a nice little reminder that games are supposed to be a fun, relaxing thing in our lives. So kudos to that. Kudos to them on this, because I thought that was a really nice little, hey, everything's gonna be okay. It is not the end of the world.
All right, so we'll get back to you guys mid-game, and until then, toodles. Welcome back, people, and hello, Sarah.
Hi there.
So how's it going so far?
I don't think it's going very well over here. How's it going over there?
It's going all right. I think we're doing a fine job with our traits, our trait pool.
I think if I like just stop and add all my points up, I have like, I don't know, 5 points maybe?
Oh boy.
So not that many points.
What do you think of the gameplay so far?
I think it's cute. I like it. It's very like quick, especially with 2 players. And it's fun. It's interesting. It's basically like I don't know, it feels like you're managing like your abilities, I guess, and like your colors, right? Because there are certain things that give you like points based on like what colors you have and how many you have and stuff like that. So you're sort of managing like resources almost in the color scheme, and then you're managing like all of these different abilities that can help you. Right, like some of them give you additional card draw, some of them let you like take actions, that kind of thing. So it almost feels like this almost like a resource management and like a little bit of set collection, and almost like almost an engine buildery feel. It's not that you get like an engine going necessarily, but it's got a similar feel to it. And I feel like all of those words make it sound like it's more complicated than it is. But I feel like if I were going to like identify some like known characteristics of board games that I sort of feel like are in this one here, that those are what I would choose. What do you think, Nick?
I agree. I like this one. It's enjoyable. It's short. It's just cards, but I feel like there was more to it. It's not complex, but there was just more to it than just a bunch of cards. Because there are some games that just, here's a bunch of cards. Yeah. And it's like, all right, this was an okay experience, but it seemed like they really used the cards in, many different ways. Well, you can
do different interesting things too, right? Like there are some actions, like for example, when I played this persuasive card here, I got to choose a color, and then everyone, including me, had to discard all of the cards of that color in my hand. So I was able to kind of like purge some cards from my hand that way, and then hopefully, harm my opponent.
Yeah, the ability. I think the abilities and the actions that are on the cards really help out making the cards more than just, you're just playing cards.
Yeah. So like this was one that Nick played. It says to play it into an opponent's traits pile at any time. So he got to play this sort of like on me, and this is going to cost me points at the end of the game if I can't get rid of it. So far I haven't been able to. So.
It's kind of funny. It's called self-awareness. It's like,
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't want to be self-aware. How about you be self-aware? So there's some fun stuff going on here. I think it's got a fun, friendly, like sort of feeling to it. All of the artwork and the colors and like the graphic design choices and everything make it feel really like just fun and upbeat and very approachable. It's pretty simple mechanically. You're basically just like drawing and playing cards, but because the cards can do different things or sort of like influence the game in certain ways, then you feel like, there's always something sort of interesting happening. And then in addition to that, we have like random...
Like event cards.
Yeah, like sort of random events that sort of come out and change how each round is going to work. And it's not so chaotic that you're just like, what is going on? But it's like keeps everything fresh and moving along.
Indeed.
So yeah, I like it really quite a bit so far. This is
same.
Doomlings. Shall we get back to it, Nick?
Yes. Let's see. Let's get back to the end of the world. Come back around. All right. We'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Toodles. Hello, Sarah. And how did it go?
Not well for me. So I have 4 points.
Yes, and I had 20 points.
So yeah,
very contrast to a very, very big difference.
Yeah, so actually, we've only played this game twice. We played a practice game, and then we played this game that we filmed right now. And in both games, there was a significant lead that one player had over another. In the first game, I had like 40-something points, and Nick had like 20-something points. In this game, I had single-digit numbers, and Nick had like 20-something points.
Consistency so far, over here, Sarah. I don't know.
So far, it seems like maybe there might be a slight runaway leader problem, at least in the 2-player game. Now, we've only played 2 games, so maybe that's wildly inaccurate. Maybe it's just the way that Nick and I played. Maybe there is a runaway leader problem. Maybe it exists in the 2-player game for some reason. Maybe there's not a runaway leader problem. So I'm not really sure about that, but we just thought that we would put that out there just in case it wasn't like a fluke or, just the way that Nick and I are playing. Aside from that, though, I still had a really fun time. I think even though I was like clearly not doing well or as well as Nick, I still felt fully engaged. I felt like it was fun to continue playing. And I almost felt like even though Nick was clearly ahead of me, like it was okay. It was fine. And I would do what I could to play well, but...
Yeah, but I had a card that really changed up the last leg of the game because we went to 2 catastrophes, and then I played a card. Let's see, this card right here, the optimistic. How do you say that, Sarah?
Nihilist.
Nihilist. And it just said, bring about the next catastrophe, skip all turns, ignore all age effects along the way. And so that would be our final catastrophe.
Yeah,
and so
we
it's just
skipped
like, boom.
We skipped right to the final one. And we actually skipped through like...
a lot. It was actually the last card.
I think it was actually like 3 or 4 or 5 maybe.
So I think it was like 3 of the middle set.
Yeah.
And then the last 4 cards.
I don't think it was quite that many. I think it was...
It was like 7 cards.
I think it was like the last one of the middle set and then like all 3 of the last set that we skipped.
On the last set of 4. So there's 4 cards. So in setup, you put 3 cards of just like the normal cards, and then you put
3 of these types of cards here, and then with each of those sets of 3, you add 1 catastrophe, and then you shuffle those groupings together, and then you stack them up. So you have a catastrophe in each sort of
every
layer,
4
but
cards.
you're not... Well,
essentially, somewhere in those 4
in
cards.
every 4 cards, right? You have a catastrophe. And so the way that it happened to work out for this one, we had to skip through like 4 or 5 cards that basically would have been like rounds of play that we would have gotten to play like 4 or 5 more rounds. But because of Nick's card, we skipped all those and we kind of skipped like straight to the end. So there would have been time for me to maybe accumulate a few more points, but he ended the game a little early, and he definitely had the lead at that point. So I think this is really cute, and I like this one a lot. What do you think, Nick?
I agree. I really liked how, again, it's a very small game. It's got
This box is like super tiny. Look at this.
And it seriously just fits all the cards and the rules, and that's everything. And other companies should take note.
It was nice not to contend with like, a box that was like mostly full of air or had like a giant stupid insert that didn't do anything really,
or if you punched out everything else and it doesn't fit it anymore.
Yeah, it was really nice sizing on their part. They have definitely like figured out exactly what they need and then produced that. So that was cool. Anything else to say, Nick?
Nothing really. I really enjoyed just being able to play a nice, simple, easy game that was pretty easy to teach. Their tutorial video is also really like they did a bang-up job on making that super simple for anyone to basically understand. And
I think there's a lot too in the box. Like we are not playing with all of the content.
Oh no, yeah, we're not even close.
There's a bunch of extra cards that you can use instead of these. So that would change up, like the events that you see and that kind of stuff in the game as well. Yeah,
because there were some other events that we have gotten to play. There was one that we're like, all right, we're ready to get hit with something, and then it's like, actually, you're stabilized, so you're good. I'm like, what? No. I thought you were going to hit me with one of the negative cards, but not all the cards are negative. So that was kind of like a breath of fresh air. And the traits are pretty funny at times. They're fun to like look at and read and just see like, what the hyper intelligence looks like. The self-awareness was pretty funny. I got a kick out of that. But yeah, this is a game coming to Kickstarter soon. And so we really hope you all enjoyed this vlog of Doomlings. Any last thoughts, Sarah, before we say goodbye to our meeple people?
I think that I really like this one, and one of the things I really like about it is the fun, sort of energetic, low pressure approach that they seem to have taken with the entire game. Not just the mechanics, but the art and like the color schemes they've chosen and all that. It really pulls out this like fun, energetic, low pressure sort of feeling. And I would say that is probably my favorite thing about this game.
Awesome. Well, that was our vlog of Doomlings. We hope you all enjoyed, and we'll hope you all catch this and check this out on Kickstarter. And until then, we'll see you on our next vlog. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date. So, toodles!